Okay, so today we're going to do a diamond Futomomo. Learned this from Futomomo Shibari study. You can check on Shibari study. She has a new version of it. This is kind of the old version and also kind of my take on the old version. So we'll do that. So this is just going to be a leg tie, and we're going to start out with a single column, or actually a double column tie around the bottom of the ankle and the upper thigh. So I just made a lark's head, and I'm coming through the bite there, and I'm trying to get this as low as possible on her thigh. Depending on how flexible your model is, their leg might come all the way together, or it might be a little bit apart. Either way, it doesn't matter. Just tie this. You want to tie this as tight as you can, though. So you don't want to get it too tight on the shin. Like, make sure you can still fit your finger into the shin, but on the thigh, as you can see, you want to cut into the thigh pretty good, so it stays in one place. So I'm coming back around with my second wrap, and now I'm above the first wrap. I'm going to pass through the new bite that I created with the reverse tension there. I'm going to pull my rope all the way through that, and then from there I'm going in between the thigh and the foot, and I'm going to capture this this front wrap. So from there I'm crossing over that, pulling it back, and coming back again to the back. And then once I get to the back, I'm going to wrap around and go back through. It does get pretty tight here, especially if your model is very flexible. The legs will come close together there, but just try to feed the rope through as best you can. Now I'm going under that wrap, and I'm coming out from behind and coming out above. And this is going to start a third wrap around the ankle. And again, trying to make sure that ankle is still not super tight, because it does get uncomfortable. So from here, I'm going to make a half hitch right on the fattest part of the ankle there. And so I go over, down, around behind, and pull it back out. So I want that half hitch to sit right on the ankle there. And I'm going to cross over at a diagonal and I'm going to wrap around the back and come back and make an X right in the crease of the thigh and the calf there. So once I pull that out, I'm going over and around, and I'm making a munter hitch here. And I want that munter hitch to sit right in the crease there. And then when I come back around to here, I'm going to reverse that half hitch and do the same thing that I did on the other side on the thigh. So that just crosses over like that. And you can see the pattern that we're going to create here. So I'm going to continue in that third wrap around to the inside of the leg again. And once I get to the inside, I'm going to cross over and down and slide between the ankle there on the far side of the wrap that goes in between the leg. And it's starting to get pretty tight, so hopefully that doesn't get too tight on the ankle, but I can still fit my finger in there, so I think we're good. And then from there, I'm going to come up and I'm going to capture this rope, and I'm going to slightly pull that down into a V shape. And then I'm going to wrap over and I'm going to come on the other side of the thigh. I'm going to wrap that back up. And I usually just wrap a couple times around on my way back up just to make sure that this all locks off and it's not going to slip and come loose. And then once I get to the top, you want to end up coming out again on the ankle side, on the shin side. And we're going to make a second wrap around. When we get to the outside again, make another half hitch. Again in the center of the calf there. And you want to kind of match up with the one below. And then from there, I'll extend my rope. Okay. From there, I'm going to go up to the top, continuing this pattern. This time I'm going to wrap twice. You don't have to wrap twice, but one of the reasons I do is that one, I have plenty of rope, and two, it just kind of makes the tie a little bit more comfortable. So we're gonna do 2 wraps around the top here. Make sure my rope isn't twisted. And this is the part where it's easy for the rope to slip off of the knee. So you want to make sure that you have your tension correct. Then when you get back around to the front, we're going to come down and capture this rope and make our munter hitch here. It'd be nice if that junction ended up right on the knot, but it's going to be off slightly. Either way, make the munter hitch here. And then do the half hitch on the other side. And then come around to the inside. Here we're going to make a friction on this around the inside here. And then here it's really important that you come and capture this top rope. And you want to make sure you pull it down into a V. Because, like I said, this is the easiest part for the tie to slip off and end up, the whole thing comes loose. So pull that down into a V shape, and then bring it back down. Make a little friction there. And then we're going to wrap our way all the way down back to the bottom. And once we get to the bottom, we're going to come out on the inside. And here, if you run out of rope at this point, you can lock it off. But if you have enough rope, you can continue this up and wrap around the waist. So I'm going to do 2 wraps around the waist. And then when I get back to the waist rope, I'll just make a little friction around there. And from there, wrap back down. Come back through the that double column tie. And from here, if you pull this tight, it looks more like a diamond, but it's not necessary for the tie. And then just use up the rest of your rope. lock it off however you want to lock it off. And so there you go. Diamond Futomomo.